Hello, good morning, students. I hope you remember that we have studied Zener shunt regulator in last lecture. Is that okay? So, before starting with some analysis and writing equations, before that, let me draw the Zener shunt regulator here. And that's what we are in from last 2 or 3 lectures. One series resistor is connected a Zener diode which is in parallel with a load resistor. And this is what, let me call it as RL. Voltage across Zener is VZ. This resistor we named it as an RS, and this is input voltage, we treat it as V in, and this is output voltage. See, Zener is in parallel with the output voltage, and that's why we call it as output voltage. So VO is equals to VZ, and that's what the conclusion we had. Now let me show you what are the currents. Is it? So before designing Zener shunt regulator, see what we had a conclusion in last lecture, that we are going to start with Zener shunt regulators design. Alright. So before starting with actual designing of Zener shunt regulator, we will write some important equations. Is it? But if I write equations directly in the design procedure, then obviously there will be confusion from where I am getting those equations. So I will explain how I am writing the equations, and then I will use those equations in the design process. Right. So let us call this current as I. This is at I. Let me check whether the same notation we have used in earlier discussion, it is I or IS, the notation. Yes, it is I here. The current that we have used is I. Okay, it is I. So let us call it as in current I as a total current. Then the current which is flowing through load resistor is IL, and this current which is flowing through Zener is IZ. And the value of RS, let me write here, the value of RS is always maximum. Value of RS is always maximum. We have explained the reason why value of RS is always maximum, because see, when value of RS is maximum, then we will get voltage stability factor minimum, right? So to get voltage stability factor minimum, we have to maximize resistor RS, which is in series with the input voltage. So RS is always maximum. Now this equation is known to us, that is I is equals to IZ plus IL. Right. This equation is known. Now I maximum is equals to and I minimum is equals to, that's what I'm interested in. We have checked the operation, isn't it? What the operation says, if current I is increasing, then whatever increased current in the circuit, and that increased current is absorbed by the Zener. It means if I increase it, IZ also increases. So it means if I is maximum, then IZ must be maximum. Or when I is minimum, then IZ must be minimum. Now see, when Zener current is maximum, obviously this load current it has to minimum. Or here when IZ is minimum, then this load current must be maximum, because this IZ, that is Zener current, is inversely proportional to the load current. We have seen that. So that's why IZ, if it is maximum, IL must be minimum, and if IZ is minimum, IL must be maximum. So let me call it as equation number 1, equation number 2, and call it as equation number 3. So 3 equations are there with us. Now the thing is, designing of this Zener shunt regulator means what? See, designing of any circuit, I told you that designing of any circuit means calculating the value ratings, is it? Value and rating, that is specifications of all the components present in the circuit. For example, if I want to design Zener shunt regulator, then I have to find what are the value and ratings of the components which are used in Zener shunt regulator circuit. So how many components are there? First component that I have used in is RS. Then second is Zener diode. Then third one is load resistor. It means two resistors and one Zener diode. Only three components are there in the circuit. So designing of Zener shunt regulator means calculating value and ratings of those components only. Is that? So let us calculate RS first, or let us find out how to calculate the value of RS. Is it? I have increased the page size, that much is okay. So first we will write equation for RS. RS. Now look at this. RS is where? This is what RS is. It means, let me draw a small diagram here. This voltage is Vz because it is a Zener voltage. This voltage is Vin. This resistor is RS, and this is current flowing through resistor RS, that is I. Now how generally we find this value? Look at this. If this is RS, then this voltage minus this voltage divided by this current. So it means it is Vin minus Vz divided by current I. Now see, value of RS I want as maximum, is it? That's what the conclusion we had in last lecture. Value of RS must be maximum. Anyhow it should be maximum. Why? Because I want to minimize the voltage stabilization factor instead. That component value, that figure must be very small. So RS must be maximum always. We will calculate only one value for the RS, and which is maximum. So to keep RS maximum, I need to keep this I minimum, is it not? Because this is in denominator. If current is minimum, then only resistance will be maximum. So this current will be minimum, that is I minimum. So when this I am talking about, when this I will be minimum, obviously when this voltage is minimum. Why? Because if you increase this voltage, this current will increase. If you decrease this voltage, this current will decrease. So it means this I is proportional to input voltage. So when this I is minimum, when this I will be minimum? Obviously when you keep input voltage minimum, is it? So here I have to write V in minimum. And what about Vz? This is a constant voltage, you can't change it. So you can write Vz or Vo, because Vz is equals to Vo. So check out this equation. RS is equals to V in minimum minus Vz divided by I minimum. So let me write here, it is V in minimum minus Vz divided by I minimum. Is it? Now what is value of I minimum? Value of I minimum you can calculate by this equation. I minimum is equals to Iz minimum plus IL maximum. Iz minimum and IL maximum, generally it is given in the design statement. If it is not given, then it is easy for us to find out from the data sheet. Is it? In case of Iz minimum, if it is not given, it's better to assume a suitable value. Is it? Depend upon the output voltage given, we will assume a suitable value for that Zener and then we'll proceed further. So this is how I can calculate the value of RS. Then the value of load resistor RL. How can I calculate value of RL? Isn't it so simple that RL, the value of resistor, is equals to voltage across the resistor. Now voltage across this load resistor RL is obviously output voltage VO, which is nothing but Vz, divided by what is the current flowing through it, that is IL. Now it's on us whether load current which is given in the design statement is stable, it is one value, or it is changing. Sometimes a load current which is given in the statement is a range of load current. For example, some people specify that design Zener shunt regulator for a load current of 5 to 50 milliamperes. Look at this. Now it is 5 to 50 milliamperes is the range of load current they have specified. It means this is the minimum value of load current and that must be a maximum value of load current. So obviously to calculate load resistor, I have to consider this minimum value of load current as well as this maximum value of load current. Is it? So that's why in that case, I need to write, if I consider IL maximum, then I will get this RL minimum. And if I want to calculate RL maximum, then compulsory I have to consider this IL minimum. Is it? This is how I can calculate the value of load resistor RL. Done. Now after that, the only component is Zener. The only component is Zener. So how to calculate Zener? To calculate or to select instead, to select Zener diode, we have two parameters. First parameter that we need to consider this voltage across the Zener. See, whenever you go to an electronic shop to purchase or to buy a Zener diode, what do you ask for? You ask for a voltage only. That's what it is. Generally you say that I want 5 volt Zener, I want 12 volt Zener, I want 18 volt Zener. It means what you are telling? You are telling the breakdown voltage of a Zener that you want specifically. Is it? And then shopkeeper will give you that Zener diode of a particular voltage that you want. Is it? That whatever you are specifying is the breakdown voltage of a Zener. That is VZ you are specifying. Is it? Maybe 5 volt, 12 volt, 18 volt. Is it? So this is very important to select a Zener diode VZ. Is it? Now if we go into detail, then another thing that I need is its power dissipation. Power dissipation of a Zener. Now this power dissipation of Zener, it is specified in the datasheet. I hope you have gone through my lecture titled Study of Datasheets. It is a study of datasheets for all the discrete components. In that, first thing that I have explained is datasheet reading of a diode. Is it? We started with this resistor, then capacitors, and then move towards the diode. So rectifier diode, we had a discussion about that, and then side by side we had a discussion about Zener diode also. Is it? So this power dissipation is another important factor from which I can select a Zener diode. So what is power? Basically P is equals to V multiplied by I. So that V, if it is a Zener, then it must be Vz. If it is I for the Zener, it must be Iz, and that is Iz max. Is it? Iz max, because we are calculating maximum power dissipation for a Zener diode. How much maximum power that can be dissipated by the Zener diode when it is utilizing its whole capability. Is it not? So this Iz max now will come in picture. So somewhere in your design you have to calculate this Iz max. How to calculate Iz max? I hope we have mentioned here. If it is not, then let me tell you. Look at this. This equation. Equation number 2. This equation number 2 I am using to calculate Iz max. How to calculate Iz max? Look at this. Iz max is equals to I max minus IL minimum. So this will be equals to I max minus IL minimum. Now look at this. You have to calculate I max. IL minimum, if it is not given, you have to calculate, and then by this you can easily calculate Iz max, and then by calculating Iz max multiplied with Vz, you will get power dissipation. Right? Another important thing that generally people stuck it at Iz minimum. Iz minimum. It is not given in a data sheet. In some cases, this thing Iz minimum is not specified in the design statement also. In that case, what to do? The only option is for us, only option is to assume. Is it? Assume a suitable value for this Iz max. Now that suitability you have to decide. Is it? For example, if Zener voltage that you have designed is for 9 volt, you have designed a regulator, Zener shunt regulator, to get output voltage of 9 volt. So to get output voltage of 9 volt, a Zener current, a minimum Zener current of 1 to 2 milliampere is sufficient. Is it? So if Zener minimum current, that is IZ minimum, if it is not given in the design statement, then only alternative is to assume. So assume value in between 1 milliampere to 10 milliampere. Is it? Don't go beyond that. Don't go beyond 10 milliamperes. Because minimum value for the Zener, that's what we are dealing with. It should be minimum value, so it should be small. Up to 10 milliampere is okay generally for all those designs, for all small circuit design. Is it? Because generally these Zener shunt regulators are used specifically for basic applications only. Is it? So that's why 1 to 10 milliampere assumption is okay for IZ minimum. Is it? And this IZ minimum is different from this IZT, which is specified in your data sheet. If you check the data sheet for Zener diode, then that IZT is specified, which is different from IZ minimum. Generally, people assume that IZT is IZ minimum. Is it? उससे कुछ नुकसान तो नहीं होता. It is okay that if you assume IZ minimum is equals to IZT, but this IZT is what? Zener test current. It is Zener test current. So that test current is not minimum current always. Is it? In some cases the test current is minimum current, that is IZ minimum becomes IZT, but not for all the cases. Generally it is a test current for the Zener. It means when they started observing constant voltage across the Zener, then they have observed that much minimum Zener current is flowing continuously through the Zener. And that current is what they have treated as a Zener test current. They tested the Zener voltage for that particular current. That means it. That's what we see. They have tested that much current, or they have tested the Zener diode for that constant value of the current is what your Zener test current. Is it? So it's not good to assume IZT is equals to IZ minimum. If you don't find any alternative, then only go for it. Otherwise, you assume IZ minimum to 1 to 10 milliampere and go ahead with the design, and things will become simple. Is it? This is how I can select the Zener diode. Now let us start with actual design. Now already I had a discussion about how to write equations about the Zener shunt regulator. Then the design should not take a lot of time. Is that? So let us start with immediately. Let me write the question as it is. Obviously it will take a lot of time for us to write the design statement. So instead of writing the design statement here on the board, I will dictate. If you are there with me, you can write it in your notebook. Is it? Let me read it first. Is it? I will just note what are the given things in the design statement. Is it? It is the very small basic practical problem that we'll conduct here. Is it? Why practical problem I'm saying? Because the same values that we are going to design here, we'll take those values, we'll go into the lab and we'll mount it on breadboard, and then we'll observe the output voltages. So practically we have to perform that. Is it? So it will be a practical statement of the Zener. So let me write, or let me read instead. Design Zener shunt regulator for following specifications. Is it? So that's what the first line. Design Zener shunt regulator for following specifications. Design Zener shunt regulator for following specifications. So what are the specifications? It is, specifications are mentioned. Load voltage is equals to 5 volt. See, load voltage means they are talking about the output voltage. Load voltage is given, that is 5 volt. Then source voltage, look at this, source voltage. Source voltage is 10 plus minus 2 volt. Source voltage means they are talking about input voltage, is it? And the input voltage is 10 plus minus 2 volt. What does it mean by 10 plus minus 2 volt? It means it is 10 plus 2 and 10 minus 2. It means this is 12, this is 8. Means input voltage is given in the range of 8 to 12 volt. Look at this. So let me write input voltage V in is 8 to 10 volt. So 8 to 10 volt means 8 volt is V in minimum and 10 volt, sorry, it is not 10, it is 12. We have calculated 12, yes, it is 12, it's not 10. Let me correct it. Let me write it 12. Yes, it is 12. So 12 volt. So this 8 is V in minimum. Let me write it here. It is V in minimum. And what about this 12? It is V in maximum. Now, after what else is given? Then load current. See, load current they have specified. How much load current is given? It is 5 to 50 milliamperes. It is 5 to 50 milliamperes. So 5 to 50 milliamperes means IL, which is given. IL is also specified in the range, that is IL minimum and this is IL maximum. Let me write, it is IL minimum and IL maximum. That's what it is given. Then the last line that they have specified is Zener requires minimum current of 1 milliampere in breakdown or to breakdown. It means they have specified IZ minimum also. IZ minimum is also given, that is 1 milliamperes. See, now the job is easy because IZ minimum is given. If in case it is not given, then we supposed to assume a suitable value, is it? 1 milliampere to 10 milliampere. You can select any random value and you can go ahead. Now this is what specifications are given. Now my job is to design Zener shunt regulator. Side by side, let me draw the circuit diagram. Whenever you start with the design, first thing that you need to do is draw the circuit diagram. Look at here, I'll draw with you. So if you are there with me, please draw the circuit diagram with me only as I am drawing here. This is output voltage VO. How much it is given? It is 5 volts. So VO is equals to 5 volt. Input voltage, how much? They have specified 8 to 12 volt. Value of RS that we need to calculate. VZ is 5 volt because it is same as output voltage. Then load current is specified. Yes, load current is specified. It is 5 to 50 milliamperes. So 5 to 50 milliamperes. And what else? This Zener minimum current, it is 1 milliampere. Now this is IZ minimum, it's not IZ maximum, it is minimum. This is what. Now see, instead of writing here or writing everything on the board, what we'll do, we'll directly write the equations because already we have derived them. Is it? Just write the equation, put the values in the equation, use your calculator efficiently and then write down the answer. That's what the only job is. Let us start with. So the first step is to draw the circuit diagram. Then what are the components? 2 resistors and 1 Zener diode. So my job is to calculate 2 resistors. So let us start with calculation for load resistor RL. How to calculate load resistor RL? So RL is equals to output voltage divided by output current. That is VO divided by IL. Yes, by common sense, V by I is R. It is known. But see, load current is specified in the range. IL minimum is specified and IL maximum is specified. It means now I have to calculate RL maximum and RL minimum. Is it? So instead of writing equation for RL, what I need to write? I have to write equation for RL maximum and RL minimum. Is it? What is RL maximum? It is VO, that will never change. Output voltage which is equals to Zener voltage which is equals to 5 volt. Yes, we know. then IL, if I want RL maximum, then IL should be minimum, and if I want RL minimum, then I have to write IL maximum. So VO is 5 volt divided by IL minimum. How much IL minimum? Yes, it is 5 milliamperes. So 5 divided by 5 milliamperes, obviously this will be 1 kilo ohm, is it not? It is 1 kilo ohm. Yes, minus 3 will go and it will become plus 3. Yes, it is 1 kilo ohm. Then 5 divided by 50 milliamperes, it is IL max is 50 milliamperes. 50 milliamperes. So milliamperes means 10 raised to minus 3. So 5 divided by 50 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 3. So it will be then minus 3, then 5, 1, it will become 100 ohm. Look at this. You can use your calculator, no problem. Is it? Otherwise I have to take the calculator, I have to calculate, I have to show it to you and the value is correct. No, that will be a time consuming process. Use your calculator efficiently, write down the answer. It is 1k to 10k. It means now I have to select a load resistor instead of fixed resistor. I have to select a pot, and that pot should change from 100 ohm to 1 kilo ohm. That's what it is. So now here I am going to select a pot. So what will be the line? You have to write a line like select a load resistor or a load resistor as a pot which will change from 100 ohm to 1 kilo ohm. So this is what selection of load resistor RL. Is that one resistor we have selected? This is first part we are done with. Now what is second part? Second part is second resistor. What is the second resistor? It is RS. Now equation of RS is already known. What is the equation for RS? It is output this voltage, look at here, this voltage minus this voltage divided by this current. Is it? Now what is this voltage? It is V in. And what is this voltage? It is VZ. VZ or VO. What about this current? It is I. So value of RS must be maximum always. We never calculate minimum value. Is it? What is the equation for RS? You remember equation for RS? Look at this. RS is equals to V minimum. You remember that? Look at this. It is V minimum minus VZ divided by I minimum. So let me copy it here. It is V minimum minus VO or VZ divided by I minimum. Now V minimum, that is input minimum voltage. Minimum input voltage is given. Yes, it is 8 to 12 means 8 volt. Yes, it is given. So this thing is done. It is there with us. Output voltage, yes, it is given 5 volt. This is there with us. Then I minimum, that is minimum value of current which is flowing through the resistor RS, is not specified at all. It means this thing we have to find. Now, how to find this thing? We know the equation. I is equals to what? I is equals to IZ plus IL. I can use this. Now I minimum I want, so I will write it is I minimum. When I is minimum, IZ must be minimum because those two things are in proportion. Is it? IZ changes with I. And when IZ is minimum, IL must be maximum because this is inversely proportional. We had a discussion about that. Is it? Now IZ minimum is given. Yes, itself in the design statement is given, that is 1 milliamperes. Plus IL maximum is given. Yes, it is given. It is 50 milliamperes. So it means I minimum becomes 51 milliamperes. So this is what my I minimum. So rewrite this equation for RS, then put the value. V minimum is 8 volt minus VO is your 5 volt divided by I minimum. What is I minimum? Yes, it is 51 milliamperes. Now use your calculator. 8 minus 5 divided by 51 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 3. Yes, let me calculate here with you. 5, then it is 5 8. that is 58.8 ohm. Look at this, the value of RS, isn't it so small? 58.8 ohm. So we have to select a nearby value of 58 ohm, because 58.8 ohm resistor value is not available in the market. If you want to check, you go to the electronic shop and ask for, I want 58.8 ohm resistor, and listen, or listen to the reply what you will get from this shopkeeper. Obviously he will never give you 58.8 exact ohm value. It is not possible. So we obviously we have to select a nearby value. So whatever nearby value you are getting in your lab, go and select it. Maybe you are getting 61 ohm, maybe you are getting 91 ohm, maybe you are getting 100 ohm. Whatever you get nearby value in your lab, connect it is for RS and go ahead. So this is how we can finish with second part, that is selection of resistor RS. Now what else is there? Okay, Zener register. The most important thing is the selection of Zener, that we forget. Now the third thing is selection of Zener. I told you that how to select Zener. To select Zener, we have first important parameter is Zener voltage Vz, which is nothing but your output voltage VO, which is given, that is 5 volt. Yes, so this thing is already given, so it is done. So let me consider this as done. VO is equals to 5 volt. Our Zener we have to select of 5 volt only. Then we have to calculate its power dissipation. Is it? Power dissipation. But to calculate power dissipation, what I need Vz multiplied by Iz max. So this Iz max is not given. It is my job to calculate Iz max. Is it? I told you the equation. It is Iz max is equals to what? Scroll down the thing, and Iz max. Yes, we have written this equation for Iz max. Look at this. This equation we have written for Iz max. You remember Iz max is equals to I max minus IL minimum. We'll use that equation. I max minus IL minimum. So I will write here I max minus IL minimum. So I max is given. I max, we ever calculated I max? So see, we have not calculated I max here. It means now this is another thing that we have to calculate. See, I max. So let us calculate I max first. Is it? So let me calculate this I max somewhere here. Here I max. I max is equals to, what is I? I is equals to Iz plus IL. So I max is equals to Iz max plus IL minimum. Now Iz max is 50 milliamperes. You remember it is 50 plus IL minimum. What is value of IL minimum? It is given 5 to, no, Iz max is not 50. Wait a minute. It's not 50. Iz max is, we have calculated Iz max. Iz max need to calculate. Iz max need to calculate. Is it? So Iz max has to be calculated. So this equation is not useful for us. Look at this. To calculate Iz max, I need I max, and to calculate I max, I need Iz max. Is it? So one need to know what is Iz max to calculate I max, or you need to know I max to calculate Iz max. Is it? So it's like a circular thing. We are still roaming in the same circle. So this is not useful. We need to find some other way to calculate Iz max. So let us find another way to calculate Iz max. Is it? Okay, we'll go with another equation, Iz max. This is I max. To calculate Iz max, what I need? I max and IL max. Sorry, IL minimum. IL minimum is given. Yes, it is 5 milliamperes. No problem in that. But I max. So let us calculate this I max with the help of voltage and resistor. So let me write the equation directly. You remember it is V in max minus VO divided by RS. Look at this, divided by RS. By default RS is maximum, so it's even not needed to write RS max. You just write RS and go ahead, is it? Because we know that by default it is, or its value is maximum. So I max is equals to V in max. This I'm talking about. Those who don't get this clearly, let me explain for them. This is V in, this is I, this is RS, and this is VO. Now what is my interest? My interest is to calculate this I max. It means this current must be maximum. When this current will be maximum, when this voltage will be maximum. So that's why I'm writing V in max minus VO divided by the value of RS. That's what the equation is, it? So let me put the values. V in max. What is V in max? It is 12. Yes, 8 to 12 is the input voltage. Okay. Output voltage VO is 5 volt divided by value of RS. RS just now we have calculated, it is 58.8 ohm. Is it? Then calculate I max. If I calculate it, yes, use your calculator, do it fast. Meanwhile, I will increase the screen size. Yes, have you calculated value of I max? The value of I max, 12 minus 5 divided by 58.82 is 119 milliamperes. I'm just writing the approximate value. You write whatever exact value you are getting, maybe 119.2 milliamperes, 119.8 milliamperes, whatever value you are getting on your calculator, use the exact value to calculate I max. Now see, this I max I'm going to use here in this equation. This is what my I max. Now this I max is 119 milliamperes minus this IL is 5 milliamperes. It means IZ max will be, see, 19 minus 5 means 14, so 114 milliampere is the value for IZ max. So let me calculate what is power dissipation. PD max is equals to VZ multiplied by IZ max. Then put 5 multiplied by 114 into 10 raised to minus 3. It is milliamperes, no? So what will be the power dissipation? It will be around 0.57 watt. Just check. You go with your answer. Don't trust on my answer because maybe I am getting 0.5789. You compress into 2 digits. You can say 0.58 watt. No issue in that. So that will be the power dissipation of a Zener diode that I supposed to use in my design. Is that? So when you finish this, you can clearly write down, use data sheet and select particular Zener diode which should have power dissipation is equals to 0.57 watt and Zener voltage is of 5 volt. That must be the concluding line. Is it? So this is what actual design process for Zener shunt regulator. Is it? So I'm not going to solve another problem for the Zener shunt regulator because it has only 2-3 equations, 3 components, 3-4 equations. The design process is so simple. So you go through this process and I will put some problems on some numericals on this Zener shunt regulator. It will be there for your assignment. Is it? So you will face those problems related to Zener shunt regulator in your assignment. Is that? So probably it is good to stop here with the Zener shunt regulator, and in next lecture we will start with another shunt regulator. Is it? You remember Zener shunt regulator, then transistor shunt regulator, and then we supposed to move towards the series regulators. Is it? there transistor series regulators types are there. So for the time being we'll stop here and we will continue transistor shunt regulator in next lecture. Is it? So meanwhile you go through this lecture and try to solve the design statement related to Zener shunt regulator. Is it? Otherwise I'm there, I'll put those problems in the assignment. Thank you very much.